Welcome to the Real Men Group podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Gray, and as always, I'm so happy to be here. It's been a minute. How are you healing? Subscribers, how are you healing? Y'all know the vibe. Yo, I was looking back. The last video, full episode I posted was a little over 3 weeks ago. I really haven't been in the creative mood. When life get life and like shit really get life. And I was in this funk and I needed to find a way to pull myself out of this funk. And what did it for me was I was approached by one of the subscribers. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. And he came up to me and he asked me, it was like, no new material? You didn't release any new episodes? And at that moment, I was like, listen, I got to get back on my shit. Whatever I need to do to pull myself out of this run, I need to do it. See, life is gonna life. It's gonna take its dips. It's gonna take its turns. It's gonna be peaks and valleys in life. And one thing for certain, man, you have to stay on course. You have to stay focused and don't allow for your mind to play tricks on you. So welcome to the Real Men Group podcast, the fastest growing podcast. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so now. I would greatly appreciate it. And salute to all the new subscribers, man. We hit a plateau. I think we had 900 subscribers right now. And I thank each and every one of you guys for doing so, for believing in me, for believing in this channel. So let's dig right into the reason why you clicked on this video. So you're in a new relationship, and this new relationship comes with children from a previous relationship or marriage. Like, this is a conversation amongst men that are dealing with women with children from previous relationships. And the question is, can and should they discipline them? See, at this big age, the chances of dealing with someone without children is pretty slim to none. But the key is to know when to step in and when to fall back. Like, you got to know when to get involved. You need to know when your significant other is going to need your support, where you need to be involved when it comes down to disciplining these children. So you got to understand, one, you got to learn what the boundaries are, what the parents want you to operate in, what capacity they want you to operate in. So as you can see, I said parents. I didn't say parent, because it's a mutual understanding across the board. If there's no mutual understanding, then it's really not going to work. To love a woman and her children is a blessing, but sometimes it comes with a price. It comes with a price, loving a woman that comes with children from a previous relationship. And the price is you're going to hear, listen, you're not my father. I have a father. You can't tell me what to do. You're not my real dad. And in some cases with women that are bonus parents, let's say bonus parents, they have to deal with the same type of energy where the kid is saying, you're not my real mom. You're not my real mom. You're not my real mom. My mom told me that I didn't have to listen to you. So you got to understand something, ladies and gentlemen. If you are on the other end of the spectrum, if you are the biological dad or the biological mom, there's no need for you to interfere, putting these negative thoughts into these innocent children's mind about the new person. Because what it does is it creates some unnecessary drama inside of a relationship. And also when the bonus parent is trying to establish a relationship with the children, they are in competition with the biological parent, and I don't think that's a good thing, right? So you have to be able to know the position that you play, and playing your position pretty much will determine what it is, what role the bonus parent is going to play in your child's life. So you got to remove those emotions. Like, what I have learned is that women love to have a father figure around their children. I'm not saying that they looking to replace the biological dad, but ultimately they will want their children to grow up around a man that can give them some form of structure. And with us, fellas, come on, let's tell the truth. Raising children is not easy. We don't even have the tenacity that women have. Waking up early in the morning, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, bathing them, packing their lunches, getting everything together. So to have someone help us with that, it plays a major role, plays a major part. So a lot of the weekend warriors, shout out to the weekend warriors. I know we would like to spend more time with our children, but sometimes work and other things come into play. We can only designate the weekends to the children. So having your kids during the weekend and having someone to help you out with the children is a phenomenal thing. One thing for certain, life will go on with or without you. So that means new relationships. So of course there's going to be a new man or a new lady around your children. This is the inevitable. It's the inevitable that your ex is going to move on and there's going to be a new person that's going to be infused into your child's life. See, this is always going to be a gray area for some people. No one wants to be the evil bonus parent. Say bonus parent. Nobody wants to be that evil person that's going around pushing orders and telling them what to do. But there also needs to be some form of a balance. And the kids most certainly needs to respect the person, especially if that person is providing for them financially, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And they need to understand that they have to respect the bonus parents. If anything, this can help. This can help when there is an understanding across the board. It's an understanding for the children to know that you need to be able to respect this bonus parent. You need to be able to have, if not the same level of respect for your biological parents, for the bonus parent, but you need to have some level of respect. And this comes from the parent, and this comes from the child accepting this new person into their life as their bonus parent. So Gabrielle Union, Cardi B are infused into children's lives that aren't theirs. So they are bonus parents raising these children. And of course, they're going to run into issues. They're going to run into problems. And most certainly, they're going to run into the point where they have to discipline them. See, for the record, there's a difference between disciplining a child and abusing a child. You can still discipline a child without putting your hands on the child. So what does discipline look like for a bonus parent? I'm pretty sure this shit is awkward as fuck. Awkward as fuck. Some step parents try to be the kid's best friend and like show alliances between the kids, and eventually that will cause friction between the kid and the biological parent. So it's okay to have a relationship. It's okay to have a rapport with these children. But you also got to understand that being a bonus parent is an extension of the biological parent. And sometimes that's able to help them when it's time to step in when needed and step back when needed. So, but according to the definition of a step parent, as you can see, I've been using bonus parents. You're not a step parent until you are officially married to the biological parent. So I'm not going to use the word step. I'm going to use the word bonus, unless you are married. If you are married, then shout out to you. You are a step parent. And I know, it's like, it's a very awkward space to be in, to know what your role is in this new relationship, right? So you're new to this relationship. There's kids. You're not the biological father. Trust and believe you're not alone. There's millions and millions of fellas that has been introduced to this new role. So hopefully you're able to gain some knowledge from this episode, and hopefully I'm able to give you some pointers. And ladies, you can learn from this too. So you can see it from a man's perspective as to what is the role of being the bonus father and helping you achieve the goals, because ultimately it's about the children. It's not about you. It's not about him. It's not about the ex. It's about having a complete understanding that we are both working together and co-parenting and raising this child. And for those who don't have kids on their own. So if you are one of these bonus parents that don't have kids, never dealt with anybody who has had kids, so this is going to be a bit of a culture shock for you. So as always, I've done some research to share with you guys, and hopefully it's going to help you guys with maintaining this role, being newly introduced to this role, and hopefully it helps. So let's dig right into the bonus parent. Things that the bonus parent should never do. You should never try to replace the biological parent. You should never be the one to engage in negative talks about the biological parent. I've seen this a lot in a lot of bonus father relationships that, oh, you know, your dad ain't this, your dad ain't doing that, your dad don't do things like I do it. Humans are competitive by nature. So trying to be the best, I mean, that's natural. We are a competitive species. We evolve from being competitive. Some of us thrive of being the best and thrive of being competitive. But one thing that's for common for biological parents and that I have seen is that they tell the kid, never call this person mommy. That is not your mommy. Never call this person daddy. That is not your dad. So this can be damaging to the kids and could potentially cause unnecessary drama in your new relationship or in their new relationship. See, I'm a product of a broken home, and I also created a broken home. I'm the first one to tell you, I'm not perfect, and this is not something that I'm proud of, but I'm also human. And it's one thing for certain, I would never try to portray that I'm this perfect person. I got everything figured out. Yeah, I make mistakes, and one of the mistakes that I have caused is creating a broken home, especially when I have seen what it's like to be from a broken home, and then for me to create one, and that's not something that I'm pretty proud of. I try to research different topics to share with everyone, and hopefully you're able to learn from it, is able to help you through whatever the situation that you're going through at the moment. And it's a learning process for the both of us. Every episode that I recorded, that I released to you guys, I even learned something from it. I learned a lot just by listening to myself when I watched the episode over, and even when I am researching a lot of these topics. Look at it this way. Those of you with kids, how would you like someone else to treat your kids? So put yourself in the role of being the bonus parent or not being the bonus dad or bonus mom. Now, before you say anything to this kid, you got to ask yourself, like, what if my child came home to me and told me that someone either did something to him or said something to him? What would your reaction be? Just think about it that way. How would you react if your child came home and said something to you about it? So boundaries is the key to having a healthy bonus parent relationship. See, I personally dealt with women with children, and it's like being in a foreign land and trying to communicate because you don't know what the culture is. You don't know what the history is. You don't know the emotions tied to the previous relationship before you. But what I do is try to understand like the dynamics of the parenting first, the dynamics of the child and the mother relationship first, and see if there could be a conversation that I can have with the biological dad first. Introduce myself and tell him that I'm going to treat your child like your child is my own. I'm going to treat your kids like I treat my kids. And that's, of course, if he's open for the conversation. You know, some men are just as emotional as women, and they want to allow for themselves to set their pride to the side. Yeah, fellas, set your pride to the side. And this is a true definition of ego tripping. One thing I have to ask everyone, why isn't blended families something that is accepted in the Black community? Okay, shit didn't work out between both of you or you and both of us. That doesn't mean that we can't work together for the sake of the child or the children. So there's a story that I heard about a biological dad who brought his child a cell phone. He bought her a cell phone, and the bonus dad wanted to take the cell phone away. And the reason why he wanted to take the cell phone away is because she wasn't listening. She was cutting up in school. So the biological dad said, I pay for the cell phone. Do not touch the cell phone. Then we're going to have some problems. So I look at it this way. If you guys are working together, you guys on the same accord, you guys are, let's not say blended, but you guys are able to work together, then when it comes down to discipline a child, there should be some form of an understanding. So you can't say, I bought the cell phone, you can't touch my shit. I mean, like, this was really uncalled for and should have went a different way. Like, bro, you're not going to make every game. You're not going to be able to afford everything financially. So if you're able to have this type of relationship with the bonus dad, then it fucking help you. This can help you. You know that saying, it literally takes a village to raise a family, to raise a kid, excuse me. It takes a village to raise a kid. So if you take that saying and you look at where you are right now, a lot of us are in different households from our children. And of course, our ex is going to move on and she's going to find new love and we're going to be introduced to the family. Bro, put your pride and ego to the side. Extend that olive branch. Extending that olive branch could help not only you, but the most important person is the child. So extend that olive branch. It can definitely help you in the long run. So the answer to the question is, like, should you discipline a child that's not yours biologically? There's different forms of discipline. And I honestly believe that it all boils down to what is the dynamics, what is discussed between you and the biological parent as to what type of discipline. I mean, no one on this face of this earth wants someone to mistreat their child. I know I don't. So like I said, there's a difference between discipline and abuse. You know, you can verbally abuse a child, you can emotionally abuse a child, the list goes on, but you guys need to work together in order to make this a successful bonus child relationship. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hopefully you're able to gain some knowledge that can help you with this transition. If you are in this space, then hopefully I gave you some pointers as to what to do to help you become a successful bonus parent. So as always, thank you for tuning in to the next one. Peace.